Good evening, one and all. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. That's my call sign, VA3IMW. My name is Mac. I'm here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And it's approaching 7 p.m., so we're going to be listening in on the VE3ZOE repeater on a frequency of 443.075 for the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Our net controller tonight, VE3IUK, Bill from Dundas, and he's ready to go. Yep, he's ready to go. Come on, VE3IUK, VA3IMW. It's up to you. Take away the big show. VE3IUK, VA3IMW. Time to pick up the right microphone.
Man, it is time to go. Thanks, Mac. Good evening, all amateurs. This is Victor Echo 3 India Uniform Kilowatt Bill in Dundas. Sorry for being late. Got distracted here. Welcome to the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Net meets 5 times weekly, Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday on this repeater at 7 p.m. Thursdays on a simplex frequency of 446.125. And thank you to Matt for hosting this on YouTube. And when checking into YouTube, a good idea to press the like button as soon as you get into the room. That way you won't forget. When checking in, mobile stations do have priority. And at this point, we'll stand by for any quick private traffic. One and done. Come now. All right, nothing heard, so we'll stand by for anyone that would like to check into the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Come now. Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo, India.
Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey.
Okay, come on, let's start with there. We got Larry and Mac. Oh boy, better turn that down. Let's start with Larry, V3LBI, V3IUK. Good evening. Evening, Bill. I didn't get a chance to pull the stats. The supper was a little later tonight, so I haven't had an opportunity yet, but sounding good this way, Bill. Nothing to report. Well, I shouldn't say that. Made up some meatballs this morning. Made 52 meatballs, little guys, so we can have them for spaghetti or on a bun, and threw them in the crock pot and cooked them all day, so turned out really good. Yeah, email me one. What's that? I said email me one. Yeah, how was that fun? We used to go on top of the spaghetti with a meatball, roll out the door. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it sounds good. That's good forethought, and you'll have those for a day when you don't feel like doing a lot of prep work for stuff. So good on you, Larry. And thanks for checking in. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, man, it's still cold out there. I don't care. There's no wind, but it's still damn cold. Anyways, all right. I'll pass it back to you and pick up the guy behind me. Well, it's cold out there. I was around 3 o'clock walking the dog, and there was a bit of breeze coming from the west, so I felt it on my back, and I turned around, obviously, on my face. So, yeah, with that wind chill, it was a lot more than minus 13, Larry. Oh, I know, and it's rough on the animals, too, Bill. Yeah, so we just keep them off for a short period of time, and when we get them home, we check their paws to make sure they're okay. We tried putting booties on them, but that did not work. Okay, Bill. This isn't like the knee highs, eh? Or the pantyhose? No, they were just little boots that just went over their feet, but we stopped there because we realized they probably have the same thing as the knee highs. So as long as if it's really cold and we're out there, the dogs usually let you know if it's getting cold on their paws. You can just tell by the way they step, and they're so small, you can just pick them up and carry them home. I would pounds. Well, probably close to 95 or 98 now. I wouldn't carry this guy home. He might carry me home. Yeah, exactly. And you know, Larry, I've seen quite a few lads in my lifetime because I've been around people who've had seeing eye dogs. And just quickly before I pick up Mac, I knew a guy that had a seeing eye dog. It was a huge black lab, and that thing weighed 125 pounds. Oh, really? Okay. All right, thanks, Bill. I'll pass it back to you now. Pick up Mac, VA3IMW. Yeah, okay. Take care, Larry. Thanks a lot for checking in. And Mac, good evening, and how are you doing?
We're doing very well, Bill. Thanks for picking up this net. I certainly appreciate it. And for both of you guys, Larry and Bill, I've heard you guys poking around on HF, and obviously the band conditions have been fairly good. Managed to make quite a few contacts. I guess the best DX today was Poto Park in Chile. So, adding a few notches to the belt there, sneaking up on that next milestone. West Coast is treating me well, and 20 meters, I would say fairly normal, not exemplary, just a little noisy, but there was some QSB that we had to deal with. And regardless of whether you're working 10, 20, 17, 15, or whatever, there was some fluctuations in signals. Anyways, keep up the good work there, Bill. I see you're also creeping up to your next target.
Yeah, I think by tomorrow when I look, it'll be around 1,950 parks. So I missed Chile today. I actually didn't get on the radio till almost 4 o'clock. So just had about an hour and a half this afternoon. So, but still picked up another dozen new parks.
Oh, very good, very good. I did have the pleasure of making contact with Victor Alpha 7, Victor Alpha Zulu in Arizona. I think that's the right call sign. Anyways, he's working on his 10,000 contacts for one particular park there. So it looks like he's going to tip over the top as of today. So for everybody who's reached out and worked him, it's good news. There we see we've got Droner Wayne, VA3FMB, also checking in on YouTube.
Yep, I see that. Yeah, I don't hear him too well on 20, but I see he was on 15, but by the time I got there, he was gone. So I'm going to look for him on 15 or 17, 10. I might have a better chance of working him there than I do on 20, so keep that in mind. But anyway, yeah, good back and good on Chile. I did get St. Lucia again today, but of course it's a park I've already worked. But be that as it may, we were able to work into St. Lucia, and on 15 meters I was able to work a VE7 big station. He was not POTA, but he was in some contest, so I did come back to him and he gave me a favorable signal report. So we are getting out. It's just a little rough on the West Coast.
Absolutely. Yep. And yeah, I guess it all depends on which way the wind blows. But you've got that wire up in the air, and it seems to be doing a fairly good job. So a little confidence in the equipment. And as a wise man once told me, throw out your call sign. You just never know what's going to happen. There's Albert. He's waving a hand as well. I trust he's back home safely. We'll see if you get a RF check-in from him as well. Anyways, he was going to be working some overtime today to get some additional floor pouring done. Trust that all went well. Anyways, thanks again, Bill. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, yep. And I thanks for recognizing him. I just got the YouTube stream on now, so thanks for the heads up on that, Mac, and we'll put those guys in the log. Yep. Tennis seems to be working. Just as I say, it's just the urban noise that sometimes I have to deal with here. So, but I'm not the only one. My name's back. I better move on and see who else would like to check in to the Lake Ontario Radio Club, VA3IUK, waiting for your call. The VA3BT. I think I hear 2 stations in there. Stand by, Chris. VA3BT, VA3IUK. Good evening, Al. How you doing?
Good evening, everyone. We're doing good. It's been a really busy week up north there. Got back, around 10:30 this morning. We've been doing some floor pours through the week. And it's going to be another week coming up. It's going to be a busy week. So I'm home just for a night, then back out there tomorrow evening. We got an early pour on Monday morning. We're going to be doing a floor pour Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, just to avoid the Friday, because it is the long weekend, so we're going to avoid it. And Fridays ain't good to pour, because the Friday that we poured, everything went sideways. But hey, that's what happens when you do things on Friday. Anyways, just to check in there, VA3BT.
Just like buying a car that was built on Friday, right?
Yeah, we avoid the Mondays and we avoid Fridays, but unfortunately, you got to bite the bullet and sometimes do them. But yeah, the plant broke down on Friday, the concrete plant, and that became a nightmare. So we were supposed to pour a total of 680 meters of concrete. We ended up having to cut that back. Big panic, put a bulkhead up so we can close off at the nearest first saw cut. That was just total chaos. And yeah, the plant just couldn't keep up. They were having nothing but major breakdowns.
Is that something about the best laid plans of mice and men comes in there? But I do see that, I don't know how about Barry, but I know this area, and I'm sure Barry will benefit from it too. It looks like warmer temperatures are on their way midweek, Albert.
Yeah, I did notice that this morning. Oh man, it must have been minus 30 when I got up to the job site. She was cold. You know, it's funny though, you open up the overhead door and it's like a huge steam just coming out of the building, right, with all the heat. It was nuts. And I also heard something about Barry. I guess they got to do some cleanup on snow, and they're running out of room. And literally, they're running out of room. There's nowhere to put it.
Oh, well, I guess maybe we'll have to get some big pots going and to melt it. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that is an issue. What did they had? I think close to 200 inches of snow this year.
Oh yeah, they broke records. It's crazy. Like my job site, if I get any more snow, I'm done. Like this morning, I get to the job site, it's the drifts. It's just the snow drifts, and we had lake effect, a little bit of lake effect. The lakes are frozen, but still, like it started snowing there on Friday, and then it started snowing last night. It's like it doesn't stop. It's relentless.
Yeah, just before I pick on Chris. I didn't sound too good. Pick up Chris. That doesn't sound good either. Anyway, I remember years ago, I occasioned to go to Barrie quite a bit on the weekends. And I remember going up there in the wintertime. And you get up just about 50 miles, say, south of Barrie. It'd be clear, and boom, all of a sudden you'd be into the snow. I don't know how many times I encountered that, Albert.
Oh yeah, and of course my job site is right smack center of the belt. So yeah, we're getting slammed all the time.
Yeah, well, good for you. You know, it takes a special kind of person to deal with that weather, and sounds like you know what you're doing. So I hope it all goes well for you there. Are you checking your job, yeah? Yeah, go ahead, Larry. You were talking about the fellow there, Victor Echo 7, Victor, was it Abel Kilo? Last call, he got his 10,000 QSO today. Oh, good for him. That's a lot of effort. Wow, did you hear that, Mac?
Roger. Thanks to everybody who supported him. Very good. Back to you, Bill and Albert.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot for that, Larry. Okay, anything else before I move on over?
No, we'll be sitting here listening along to the net there. We'll continue on there. VA3VT.
Okay, thanks a lot for checking in. Chris, VA3WPG, V3IUK, good evening.
Good evening, everybody. VA3WPG. Got nothing here, just a general check-in. VA3WPG.
Yeah, sounds good, Chris. Maybe I'll give you a call. Maybe we'll see how it is towards the end of next week. Things are starting to warm up a bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, take care. Thanks a lot for taking the time to check in. And with that, let's see if there's anyone else that would like to check in. Oh, I see Chuck's checked in via YouTube. I'm sure we're going to get an RF check-in from him. Anyway, anyone else for Lake Ontario Radio Club? Come now.
VA3CJZ.
Speak of the devil. Good evening, Chuck. How are you?
Good evening, Bill, and all on net. First of all, I want to apologize to Larry there for missing the net last night, but I was deep into this video on how to set up my radio, and of course I would have to pause the radio or the video, and then put the setting in the radio, and then move on to the next setting, and so I was deep into that, and so I missed the net. But today I was finding it. I could hear the guys doing contests, no problem. When it came to parts, it was difficult to hear the activators, but all the stations that were making contact with the activators, I could hear them. So I don't know, it was noisy for me today there on most of the bands that I checked. So I got one part in, so I know the radio works, but yeah, that's it for me, Bill. Back to you.
Just a quick comment on that. I found 40 and 20 both very noisy today, so you're not alone there. In fact, I think it was just before dinner, I was trying to work a guy in Mexico at 20 meters, and I could hear him. But there was also some guy in Barbados, so they were just knocking each other out, so I ended up not being able to work either one of them. So it was a bit rough today. Of course, the Minnesota QSO party did not help, so the bands were quite busy, Chuck.
Yeah, exactly. I did mention that on the A-Reg on Wednesday that the bands are going to be busy this weekend, so quota might be a little tough, but some people seem to get lucky, like Larry, and maybe Mac every once in a while there. They come back and say, oh yeah, I had a great radio day, and I'm like, what planet are you on? Must be different time, because I find the mornings are usually the best. And then, of course, if it's a contest weekend, the afternoons, forget it, and into the evening. But, I'm still listening, still, checking out what I can hear. And, yeah, it was noisy. I think 40, I had S9 or 10 over S9 for noise. And 20 didn't seem that high of a noise floor, but it seemed that the activators were all in my noise floor. So there you go.
Yeah, well, I didn't get on till about 4 o'clock this afternoon. I had some other stuff I had to do today, but I did manage about a dozen parts. But yeah, your observations are not far off. It was noisy. I don't know if signals were as strong as they usually were. I seem to have a pipeline into Florida and I want to say like Alabama down that way. A lot of good strong signals coming in from that direction, Chuck. But yeah, I found even without the silly noise level where it wipes out my bands, I still found 40 a little bit noisy today and 20 as well. But anyways, all in all, wasn't a bad radio day, and I hope you had some success getting that radio figured out. I'm sure there's a lot of reading to do.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there. And by the way, tonight I'm coming in on the handheld. Now there's something peculiar. This radio, I can't seem to find a scan button anywhere on the radio. It's you have to use the arrow button on the hand mic. So I find that a little peculiar. I may be wrong. There might be one somewhere hidden, but I couldn't find it. So if I want to do any scanning, Bill, I have to have the handheld mic in. And, it's all right. It's no big deal using the handheld, but I find using the foot switch and studio mic quite handy when I do the net.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's kind of strange. There's got to be a scan feature there somewhere. Who knows? So anyway, maybe you'll find it something new. You got to search. So you never know. Maybe a trip to YouTube University.
Yeah. One of many things I have to look into. So yeah, it's still a ton of fun. I'm having a blast here. So thanks for doing this one, Bill. And let's see. Oh, tomorrow is Super Bowl, and Albert alluded to this being a long weekend. Oh, I think it's the what is it? The Family Day, I think, on Monday.
Next weekend.
Weekend. Oh, okay. They only want to have one day of fun per weekend. You can't have two. So the Super Bowl this weekend, and then next weekend the Family Day, where we can all go and do some ice fishing.
Yeah, I've actually referred to it as Super Bowl. I could fall asleep watching Super Bowl. So, but that's just me. I'd rather watch a good game of curling than I would football any day. But that's just each to his own. Oh, by the way, Chuck, apologies for not being there Wednesday night. I had a bit of a headache, so I just bowed out for Wednesday.
Quite understandable, Bill. Not a problem. I actually have a headache. Well, I had one before the net, but I took a magic pill. Anyhow, what else? Yeah. Oh, and the Olympics are on, so there's that. The Winter Olympics, and yeah, I'm not a big Winter Olympic fan, but I do watch a little bit here and there. I try to stay away from television, especially the news. All right, Bill, thanks again. I'll let you see if there's anyone else out there. Oh, there's Guy, checking in from Ottawa. Salut, Guy, mon cousin. J'espère que tout va bien avec toi. Dis allô à tout le monde dans la famille pour moi, s'il vous plaît. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. And just one quick comment before I move on. I see that Canada has already got one bronze medal, I think, in speed skating, Chuck.
Oh, yeah, I like watching the speed skating. I know the Dutch are pretty quick. They're pretty good.
Yep, they are. But Canada, ever since Calgary, Canada's really made their mark in speed skating. They've really showed well since Calgary.
Very good, very good. All right, everyone. Well, have a great rest of the weekend if I don't talk to you. And Bill, thanks again. VA3CJZ.
Yeah, take care, Chuck. Thanks for taking the time to check in. Let's see if there's anyone else who'd like to check into Lake Ontario Radio Club. That's come now.
VA3IMW Mobile.
VA3IMW Mobile, VA3IUK. Good evening, Steve. How are you?
Good evening, Bill. Just got into the car. Just started it up. You can hear the seatbelt going there. I'm just heading over to the hospital to see how Mom's doing there, and that's about it. I'll be going back over to her house tomorrow to continue on. That's about it there, Bill.
Okay, well, good for you. She's blessed to have a good son like you then to be able to take care of her in that regard. And safe driving, and thanks for checking in.
Yep, roger that, Bill. Thanks for doing that, buddy. 7-3 to all on that VA3IMW Mobile. We'll be clear.
Yeah, take care, Steve. Thanks for taking the time to check in. Anyone else for Lake Ontario Radio Club? That's come now.
Victor Echo 3, Zulu, Juliet, Charlie.
Wow, there's a voice from the archives. Good evening, Jason. How are you?
Good evening, Bill. Good evening, everybody on net. Doing okay. Just mobile here, driving home from visiting my mother today. So just thought I would take a minute here. It comes down.
Well, I'm glad to know that you're doing okay, and thanks for taking the time to check in.
Most welcome, Bill. Thanks for picking me up. Thanks for doing the net. 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3, and I'd also like to say good evening to Guy, and welcome, and thanks for being faithful and taking the time to always check in, and hopefully in the spring you'll be doing it with a call sign. Just hang in there and take another course, and I'm sure you're going to make it. Anyway, anyone else from Lake Ontario Radio Club Net, come now.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform. Good evening, Thomas. How are you?
Good evening, Bill, and everybody else on the net. Yeah, just taking it easy, staying home, staying inside when it's warm. Went out for a few minutes, but brushed off the tongue, but that's about it. And yeah, just turn on the radio for the net, and just watch TV, and yeah, just taking her easy.
Oh, very good. Yeah, that's what all you can do in this kind of weather. It's so cold out there, but I see that warmer weather is coming, and before you know it, we'll be out there doing POTA.
That's about it. Nothing much else to it, Bill. General check. Have yourself a good evening. 73 CEU.
Yeah, well, thanks for taking the time to check in, and have a good evening and safe driving. Anyone else from Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? Come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor. Good evening.
Good evening, Bill, and all on net. Good evening to all on the stream as well. Not much going on here, Bill. Just wanted to give you an RF check-in. Did a little radio today, and as Max said, a little noisy, but you can hear a lot of people. It was busy, yes, quite busy. So it was nice. I got a half a dozen parks today, so that's not bad. Around midday. So just wanted to give you a check-in, Bill. Thanks for doing it, and I'll be listening along. VA3MHB.
Yeah, very good. Thanks for taking the time to check in. And yeah, it was a bit of a zoo on there, so you had to be patient, but it paid off. So there you go. But we have to sometimes put up with the contesting, but I did manage to make a couple contacts on 17 meters. So when it's contesting out there, 17 and 12 sometimes are a little more active.
Roger that, Bill. I only had 2 on 20 and the rest were 17, 15, and 1 on 10. So, yeah, you move around a little and just see where you can hear best. 20 was quite noisy. You could still hear them. But anyway, thanks for doing it, Bill. I'll let you see if anyone else wants to come in. And I'll say 7-3 for now. Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to check in, and have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Anyone else from Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? Come now. All right, well, we'll do a last call. Any rechecks or any final check-ins? This is Sector Echo 3, the uniform kilowatt, and standing by.
VA3WPG.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, just a quick question. Without going into details, I'm just wondering, have we been generally quiet on the airwaves lately? And by quiet, without going into detail, you know what I mean?
Yeah, actually for about the last week or so, it's been very quiet.
Really? Okay, cool. We'll leave it at that. VA3WPG, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. So yeah, thanks for that, Chris.
Oh, thank you, VA3WPG.
All right, anyone else before I close the net down? VA3IUK standing by. Okay, nothing. I would like to thank all those folks that took the time to check in. You folks made the net. I just take down the call signs. And with that, I'd also like to thank Terry V3IQL for the use of the repeater. Very much appreciated. So the Victor Echo 3 India uniform kilowatt. Bill and Dundas turning this repeater and related frequencies back to normal amateur use. 7-3 all, and have a good evening. And I will be monitoring for a while.
There's always somebody listening. Good evening, one and all. Thank you for your check-ins, and follow along with us tomorrow night, also at 7 p.m. for another edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey, bidding you all 7 3s. That's how we say goodbye.